The Dark Legion is coming for you.
What's going on, guys? Thanks so much for clicking on the video today. I wanted to briefly go over my early impressions of DC Dark Legion with you guys. This is a brand new free-to-play game just released on March 14th, so yesterday, for iOS, Android, and PC. It is an action strategy game featuring your favorite, or our favorite, DC heroes and villains. It's pretty cool. Okay, so the main story of the game is centered around the Dark Knights Metal comic series, with the Batman Who Laughs being our main guy, right? So I won't talk too much about the story, but it seems pretty straightforward so far. Players are recruited by the universe's last monitor, right, to help defend Earth Prime from the Batman Who Laughs. And with that, he has a horrific army of Dark Knights, right? So I guess that's all I'll say, because I don't want to try to ruin the plot or spoil anything for anyone watching the video that wants to, invest in the story of the game. So we've talked about the main story, right? But the game also features within it smaller activities such as fighting crimes, helping citizens, and of course, training your heroes back at base. The base, right, or the Batcave in this game, right away you'll notice looks a lot like Fallout Shelter. Moving on to the combat system. It's mostly controlled by AI, which I know kind of sucks, but it only gives the player the ability to press the character icon when you want to use a special ability or an ultimate. So this made me think more of DC Worlds Collide. If you've played that. I didn't play that one that much, but it was very, very similar. The special abilities or ultimate abilities, however you want to word that, they trigger special animations that, they're really cool, but can get repetitive, I guess, depending on how long the battle lasts. If you hit Wonder Woman and she does her ultimate, and then, you hit Wonder Woman again, depending on how long the battle lasts, you're going to see the exact same animation, right? So it's not going to be different if you use it once, twice, three times. It's going to be the same thing every time. But they do have a feature within the game that allows you to, you could turn this off when you're using it. So like I said, you don't have to watch the same thing every single time. You could just see a short little animation, like the character animation, but you're not going to see the visual animation trigger every single time you use it. So again, that's pretty nice. Speaking on the visuals of the game, me personally, I think this is where DC Dark Legion shines the brightest. It's not Marvel Rivals or something. We're talking about a mobile game, right? Or PC, but the art in this game for being a mobile game is excellent. It's really, really nice. Each chapter, you'll notice, it has a comic book art introducing you to, the new chapter itself, and it also contributes to the storytelling as well. So you'll notice when a new chapter comes up and you see, the story bubbles or anything like that, they're obviously talking about the chapter, what you're about to encounter, something that maybe you encountered in the last chapter, but, nonetheless, it has something to do with the story. So we've got 50 characters to choose from, and it seems through, future updates that number could rise to over 200 characters, which is, that's crazy. So, again, it's free to play. It's not pay to win that I found so far, right? I've only done a couple of PvP battles, but it's not, this game's really not trying to sell you on that. It's got, story like we were talking about with PvE, and you can also fight it out in, like I just said, PvP battles as well if you want to test your customized group of heroes, any way you see fit. So, again, I just wanted to keep it brief. Before I wrap up, I did want to mention that, no, I'm not being paid to say any of this. I'm a small YouTuber. I wish I was getting paid to say some of this stuff, I swear. But, this is really my honest opinion of the game, or like I said, my early impressions, as I said earlier. I think this game will do well, but, we'll see how long it can hold, all of our attention before something, else comes out to take its place. Something similar, something better. But, yeah, I like it so far. I like the elements. There was even a part in the game where it looks like, you're in some type of interrogation, and it's like this mini game, and I didn't understand it at first, but it's going back and forth like a meter, right? Like you're about to kick in Madden, and you got to time it, and you hit it on the green parts where, that's where you want, and then you want to avoid the red. I hit one of the red, but, you're basically just, it's like an attrition battle at the top of the screen with that meter where you want that to be fully blue, and, you know, I guess you win the interrogation or whatever it really is. But I thought that was really, really cool. And the combat, talking about the combat, I guess one more time, yes, it's controlled by AI, so I mean, like, you're really just watching the screen, and I mean, you really don't even have to press the button. You could just turn on all the features where everything is just automatic. So as soon as a character gets an ultimate, you can just hit a button to where, you know, it's triggered right away, and you don't have to watch, like I said, you don't have to watch the visual cues every single time. But I mean, it's still fun. This is something that if you really, really like DC, you'll like it. If you kind of like DC, you know, and you're not really invested in that universe or anything like that, or the characters, you're probably going to be like, meh, you know, it is what it is. I've seen this before. And I mean, that's okay. Again, I'm not being paid to say any of this. This is just my opinion. And you're entitled to yours as well. So I don't really think, with all that said, I don't think I can give it a score just yet. I mean, it just came out yesterday. I haven't played it that much. I played it for probably a few hours. So this is very, very early for me. But if this video does well, you know, maybe I'll do a full review. I'll get more time on the game, do a full review, and make it more in-depth on, you know, my thoughts about all the mechanics and everything like that within the game. So, you know, all in all, it's free to play, right? So I think if you love DC, like I was saying, you have to give it a go for yourself. If this video helps you make that decision, well, I'm glad I could be of some help to you. Thanks again so much, guys, for tuning into the channel. And until next time, peace.